And so I always thought of Persuasion as kind of a bittersweet book. And second chance romances, which is, of course, the trope that Persuasion talks about. The romance existed in the past. For some reason, it did not work out. And now the couple or the ex-couple are reunited in the future, and to see if it will continue, if they can continue to make a go of it. Second chance romances are by nature bittersweet because you have this history behind you. And so when I sat down to write my third novel, as I said, I knew that I wanted to capture that sense of the exploring what it will be like in this Muslim community for a couple to have a history and to kind of come back to each other with that history. And yet I was, even when I was writing the book, the Netflix version of Persuasion came out, which was roundly reviled because Jane Austen enthusiasts like myself were just like, this is not the tone of Jane Austen's most bittersweet, contemplative, reflective novel. They turned it into this weird, winky comedy. I mean, if you didn't know Persuasion, you probably would have thought it was a fine movie. But if you were a fan of Persuasion, that movie was a travesty. And so that movie came out while I was in the midst of my massive rewrite of Much Ado About Nada. And I remember watching it and thinking, this is a really interesting way that bad art, in my opinion, bad art can inspire writers, because it kind of broke down what I wanted to avoid in my own retelling, or my own loosely inspired retelling of Persuasion. And what I realized is that the heart of Persuasion is this idea of regret, living with the idea that somebody can know that they have made a mistake in their life. And I think the idea of regret is something that anyone can relate to. We all have regrets in our life. And then knowing that there's nothing you can do to fix that mistake. Because at the start of the book, Anne Elliot is completely convinced that she made a huge mistake in refusing Captain Wentworth, and that she will never be able to get a redo. She will never be able to make that mistake that she made corrected. It is a regret that she will have to live with for the rest of her life. And that's why she's such a sad character in the beginning. It's the same thing with my character, Nada. She really regrets the way that she behaved with Baz. She also has a professional regret. She had an app idea. She is an engineer, and she had an app idea that was unfortunately co-opted from her by a shady business partner. And she has that regret. So she's at the start of both Much Ado About Nada and Persuasion, the character is just a half shell of who they are, because they have to live with these regrets and they don't know how to move forward. And I thought, something that's so relatable to so many people. Like, I've had regrets in my life where I'm like, I don't know what to do here. I don't think there is a solution. This is just my reality and I'm going to have to live with it. And I thought it would be a really great starting point for a novel. So to answer your question in a very roundabout way, I decided I wanted to do a Jane Austen retelling, but I wanted to have the freedom to explore and to kind of go where the characters led me.